Hello everyone, my name is Matt Radizak and I'm an NX CAD application engineer here at Prolim PLM. Today during this webinar we're going to be going through how to change your file units within NX, and this is a common question we get through support and from customers, just asking how they can change those file units outside of the NX application. So when we're going through that and the tool that you can use to do this change in a short and concise video so you guys have it for future sake, as well as just if you wanted to look back and find the syntax for it again, quick and easy, so this is available to you. Now, starting off, I just want to talk about how you can change the file units. I'll go through the syntax of the tool that we're going to be using, and I'll show you an example of if you're making a change to an individual file versus if you're trying to make a change to a folder. If you want to do, say, 10 files specifically, you could throw them in a folder and point to that specific folder rather than having to do it manually for each individual one. So first and foremost is the syntax. The biggest takeaway here is the units, the syntax for each of the individual units. So you have a syntax for inches, millimeters, SI, which is for meters, and then MI for microns. And these are the bread and butter of the tool. These are what you're converting the units to. So if I'm in a millimeter file and I want to convert to inches, I do IN or -IN. If I vice versa to millimeters, I do -mm. Now the only other syntax here that is worth note is if I wanted to, say, set for a folder. In that case, I would use a -D and then give it a directory name. So in the case of file options, I'm telling it -N and then in quotations the file name location. If I'm trying to do a folder, I would do -N space -D, or sorry, the unit to convert to -IN space -D, and then give it a directory name, so a folder location. And then it would change all the files in that folder to that specific unit. Jumping into a quick example, if I'm doing a specific file, if I go ahead and launch the NX command prompt tool, it'll take me to the command prompt with this line starting right about here. From there, I just type in ug-convert part.exe with underscores instead of spaces, space -IN, space, quotation, direct path to that particular part file. Now, if I want to have this just type in test.prt and not have to have the full path, I need to set this command prompt window to my root directory of this desktop working files folder. That's just a choice to do, or you can just do the actual path. I personally prefer to just put the full Windows path to the file. That's just a preference. If you want to do it via root directory, that's more along the lines of command prompt IT or command prompt syntax in general. So just look up how to do that. It's very simple, but if you're just trying to quick get in, get out, just copy the file path to that particular file and use this syntax instead. Now, once you do the hit enter after having this all typed in, it'll go and run the program. It'll then give you some output telling you about that particular file you outputted or you're running through the command. In this particular case, no conversion was required. What this means is this particular test.prt file was already in inches, and I tried to convert it to inches. So it's telling me, hey, it's already in inches. There's no need to convert this. So this is what it'll do if you have an instance like that. Now, if I say wanted to do this for a folder, what I could then do instead is I can come in, same syntax as before up until after the -IN. I do space -D, space, quotations, and this time I'm pointing it to a folder, not a particular file. Notice it's test, but not test.prt. Now what it'll do is it'll look to that particular folder, that file's test, and there's a test.prt within that folder as well. And then it's converting that to inches. It'll go and convert that individual file. It'll tell me it's a success. If there are multiple files in that folder, it would then have a list here telling me of each individual one's success or failure. And then at the very bottom, it gives me an outline of how that interaction went and whether or not the number of files successfully converted, what gave warnings, what failed to convert, or what didn't need converted. And it will tell me all that information from here. So that's how the tool works. To access it, it's pretty quick and simple. If I come down to my Windows Start button, scroll down to Siemens, under Siemens NX, there is a Tool NX command prompt. Just launch that. And then in here, you just need to do ug-convert underscore part underscore convert underscore part .exe. And I already got this copied. I do need to make some quotations real quick. There you go. Now when I hit enter, it'll go ahead and run it. And you can see what it looks like when it starts running. It takes a second to process. It'll go ahead and run the program. And then again, it'll just pop up that little information dialog at the bottom telling you how that went. So that's all there is to it. There's some other syntax and stuff you can do with this, but that's a quick overview. And I just wanted to have like something for customers who come to this every now and then, and they just want to remember what they had to type in, so that you have it quick and readily available on YouTube, just as a short video. So, but yep, that's the end of today's webinar. My name is Matt Radizak, and if you have any questions about this particular thing, please wait till the end of the video, or if you want to go shoot a comment down below and let us know if you have any further questions, or if you have any other ideas for videos we can do in the future. So have a good rest of your day, and thank you for attending.